So in 8.1, this is what the majority of your problems are going to be like. So a sample size of something drawn from a normal population whose standard deviation is something, sample mean is something. Um, so the keywords you're looking for here are that it's asking you to construct a confidence interval. And this percentage here is going to change every time. But as long as it says construct a confidence interval and it's in section 8.1, then you're going to follow the same steps. So we're going to go use the stat button again. And now we're going to arrow over to tests. And we're going to go down to number 7, which is z-interval. And that is the function that you're going to be using all through section 8.1. The top line here, you can choose between data and stats. Most of these problems are going to be stats, which means they give you individual numbers like the mean and the standard deviation. There might be one or two where you use data. You'll recognize those because they'll give you a list of numbers instead of giving you a mean and standard deviation to use in the problem. And there will definitely be an example like that. So I've already put these numbers in here, but I'll show you where they came from. So sigma is standard deviation. That's given right here in the problem. The sample mean is right here in the problem. So that's where you put in what you put into the line with the X with the bar over it. N is your sample size, and that's 74. That's given right here. The confidence level is given in each part of a multi-part question. And in this case, it's 98%, but that always has to be entered as a decimal. So that's why it's entered here as 0.98. And then you calculate, and the two numbers up here in parentheses are the two answers that go into the boxes, and put them in the same order that they gave it to you. So here it would be 34.85 in the left box and 37.77 in the right box. You don't need to do anything with these other two numbers that it gives you. The second part for this particular question, I'm not sure I've seen that recently, so I'm not sure if you'll have this one, but in case you do, it says if the population were not approximately normal, would the confidence interval constructed in part A be valid? Explain. The rule for that is confidence intervals are valid as long as the sample size is greater than 30. And so you might have some differently worded question that asks about that. So if your sample size is greater than 30, then the confidence interval is considered to be valid. So you would say for here, yes, it is valid since the sample size is large.